Called to court by Obama. What have I gotten myself into this time? I mean, someone seems to really be trying to blame me.
Haha, finally. I have a chance to take down Sideways Shoe Co. and my worst enemy. Trump, you fool. Collecting the artifacts in an overt manner. And so, the criminal reveals himself. Ha! Who's your lawyer anyways? Some big shot like Michael Phelps?
Michael Phelps.
No, actually, I'm my lawyer.
How does that work? You some kind of magician?
Meet Trump L. He's my duplicate lawyer. I also have a witness duplicate. Let's call him Trump W.
Wow, so your duplicating finally worked. You some kind of magician?
Yup, me and my men made some recent breakthroughs, but I'd never share the details with you. But anyway, who's your lawyer?
Actually, I'm Michelle's lawyer. I told them to put her first name in fine print on the court order so you would just see Obama.
Is that even legal? You some kind of magician?
You trying to mock me? You'll pay for that.
All right, let the case begin. The court is in session. Obama, please provide your opening statement as the prosecution.
With pleasure, Your Honor. I seek Scary Blue the punishment of Donald J. Trump for injuring my wife, Michelle, and stealing two of the great artifacts. The artifacts I believe to be stolen are Sand R and Tostido 1. Ha! Take that, you idiot.
Obama, please refrain from such language in the court of Gah.
My apologies, Mr. Cujo, Your Honor, sir. He is rather stupid, though.
Don't worry, Trump OG. I'm sure he doesn't really mean it.
Oh, Trump S. He means it alright. Hey, Obama, what kind of evidence do you even have, huh?
Oh ho ho ho. Quite compelling evidence, if I do say so myself. Your signature sideways shoes at the scene of the crime in the form of footprints. They appear right next to the bloodstains of my beloved. I in fact have a jar of the blood right here. Trump must have been the one that stole Sand R. He's the only person I know that still wears that garbage brand of shoes.
Hey, I haven't worn sideways shoes in 2 weeks, 4 days, 5 hours, and 27 seconds ago. But I guess you can't just take my word for it. I need to prove that they're not my shoes somehow. Aha! That's it! Objection! Look at the shoe size on the crime scene. Photographicis! I don't think it's a secret my company wasn't doing too hot ever since Sideways Shoes ran out of style. But I always did have one loyal customer. Death Knight, in fact. And these shoes are the only ones I've ever produced in his size. Death Knight must have been the one who attacked Michelle and stole Sand R. I can even have my assistant Trump check the database to see if we ever sold one of those models to anyone else.
Objection! There will be no need. I would like to bring in 2 witnesses now.
Yeah.
Bruh, 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 bruh. Bruh, 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 bruh. Guys, for real. This is the court case I told you about yesterday. You guys are the witnesses, remember? Bruh, bruh. Bruh. Please, call Death Knight. I apologize for not telling you 2 sooner, but it was vital to my case.
Beep 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 beep.
Bruh,
How does that even work? Death Knight's dead? Oh shoot, I really got myself into a pickle, Rick. Wait, but when did he die? Ha! But that only proves Death Knight died, not necessarily when he died.
Nuh-uh.
Death Knight had already died by the time Sandar would have been taken. I should know. I'm the one who sacrificed him yesterday at 8:29 a.m.
What? The CEO of Raid Shadow Legends in here? And he sacrificed Death Knight. I've gotten myself into a even bigger pickle rickle. At least he can't prove it's me still.
Trump, you are known to ride around in helicopters, yes. It's your favorite form of transport. Now tell me why there was a helicopter found at the scene of the crime? Could it be, Trump, that you yourself stole Sandar, hurt my beloved wife, and carelessly crashed the helicopter into the side of her skyscraper?
Objection! Well, you see, Obama, that helicopter did not crash onto the side of any building. It crashed in the air. We have 20 physicians on the scene trying to figure this shit out. How it could even crash that bad. After all, it's floating 1 kilometer above ground as we speak. Me being helicopter certified, I could never hope to clunk up a helicopter like that.
That checks out. Even the serial number's legit.
Oh man, this is a doozy. I guess he came prepared. Acting the fool, I see. I'll just have to move on to the next piece of evidence to try and slow down his momentum. Let's bring back the eyewitnesses from the theft of Tostido 1. You see, Trump, I sent these two to investigate immediately after Sandar was stolen. They would have been able to arrive in the state-of-the-art Wario car just as fast as you got there by foot from Michelle's skyscraper. And guess who they found right as they got there? You. You would have been able to steal the artifact seconds before Sans and Papyrix entered the scene, giving you just enough time to change your shoes and hide behind one of the many snowbanks. With my goons blocking the exit, your only choice was to confront them and act all nonchalant. Bruh.
Objection! Those sideways footprints in at the crime scene of the crime, they're the same ones as Michelle's Tower's footprints. Not my shoes. You see, same as last time, they're Death Knights. So the real question is, why, when he was already dead, were his footprints there?
You fool. Did you really forget who was the appointed protector of Tostido 1?
Objection! Death Knight may be the protector of Tostido 1, but his shoes must still follow the laws of physics. Check out at this science video on a particularly snowy day at the site of Tostido 1. As you can see, no footprint. A moderately snowy day would have the footprints stay about an hour. Just as moderately snowy as it was yesterday. Or did you forget that Death Knight was said to be sacrificed at 8:29 a.m.? But now on to the real question. Why were Death Knight's footprints there? I don't know myself, but...
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier and Bite of 87.
No! Those top secret files!
Well, this certainly is very interesting.
Trump, can you please present this new evidence to the courtroom? Ow, my broken arm.
What? I don't believe it.
As the audience can observe, the time of 3:57 p.m. in the top left does not match the time previously stated by the CEO. Check this, liberals.
It can't be.
I can now confidently say that Death Knight was alive at the time of the Sandar theft, but it couldn't have been Death Knight who stole the artifact. Thanks to Markiplier's, this eviction notice states that all of Death Knight's belongings, save his signature armor, TM, and X, DM, should, effective immediately, be surrendered directly to the CEO of Raid Shadow Legends. And because it was effective before stealing of Sandar, Death Knight couldn't have had his shoes on at the crime scene. The CEO must have been the one to plant the footprints.
Oh, Trump. All you've done now is prove that it wasn't Death Knight. You seem to have forgotten that the real perpetrator is you. Ha ha ha. Waiter, undeniable proof, please.
He's right. There's just one piece of the puzzle that doesn't seem to align here. Some context that isn't there. The tape must have had something else to do with it. Rewind the tape!
Joyce, nice barbecue beans.
What the fuck, bro?
That's it! Heinz baked beans! This jar is filled with barbecue sauce, not Michelle's blood. The exact exemplary sauce that we all know and love from Heinz baked beans barbecue. I think this is all the evidence I need, the final piece of the puzzle. It was not I that stole Sandar and harmed Michelle, but it was the very Heinz beans that produced this barbecue sauce. But of course that would mean that Heinz baked beans is in fact a real life guy. He's alive. Well, actually he's dead. But we'll get to that.
Bro, it took me a second to realize you didn't just drink my wife's blood. That was actually wild. Fire emoji.
What's even more wild? Fire emoji. Is who the real culprit? Obama, I ask you, who was the real one who seemed to care so deeply about the Heinz baked beans and that black and white? Hey,
Well, I guess it would have had to be my own star witness, the CEO of Raid Shadow Legends.
That's right, Obama. The barbecue baked beans that were spilled was exactly why the CEO sacrificed Death Knight. Yesterday, the CEO sent Heinz Beans, who was assumed by all to be a wonderful snack, to steal 2 artifacts. Death Knight, who was evicted from his house, sees the beans in a helicopter with his shoes on. His Jordans. A Shadow Legends emergency, he assumes? Death Knight, unbeknownst to the CEO's tomfoolery, quickly chases after Heinz. Get to the top of Michelle's skyscraper. Heinz Beans had just successfully stolen Sandar, helicoptering his way to incapacitating Michelle Obama. Death Knight slashes Beans, staining the wall with the blood we now know to be barbecue sauce. Despite this, Heinz manages to get a head start with Death Knight chasing close behind. But that's not all. Heinz Beans stole another artifact that day, the precious Tostido 1, with Death Knight's Jordans. He deliberately tracks in the snow with suspicious footprints. By the time Death Knight got to the scene, Tostido 1 was already stolen. Now that they both are in the Raid Shadow Legends HQ, hidden underneath the site of Tostido 1, Heinz Beans is swiftly awarded the CEO his stolen splendors, and assuming he was safe, returned to his living quarters. This is where Death Knight killed Heinz barbecue Beans. Death Knight assumed that he had banished a great evil and reported to the CEO in his office. This leads to the tragic video of Mr. Pliers shared with the corporate. The CEO sacrificed Death Knight in a fit of rage. He even doing an evil laugh to top it off. This would end up being his downfall, as Death Knight was who he was attempting to frame for his crime. After finding out Obama was suing me, the CEO jumped ship on his old plan and did all that he could to try and put the blame on me. That is why his story needed to be so contradictory. Therefore, the CEO is guilty and I did nothing. So what do you say, Mr. Cujo?
Open bracket, in astonishment, close bracket. That would make Trump not guilty.
I have to admit, Trump, you really made this quite a fun session. I gotta respect the grind. Holy shit, this guy's so nervous.
Court is now no longer in session.
That conniving fiend. I know he's working with that CEO. Trump must have thrown him under the battle bus. Oh, Donald. If I could get my hands on you right now, that's it.
So it's gone. My artifact is finally stolen. Too late to worry about it now. What? An invitation to a dinner party? And it's from Obama? I guess he took things better than I thought. Or worse than I could ever imagine. Wink, wink.